talking about the fact that dating young girls today is very, very different.
Yes. So I like to say this, and I think I've mentioned it a few times. I remember in university, we had, so I don't want this to be a cultural war, I beg, nobody should hit me. But in university, you know, we had these two girls who had come from the East. I beg, it's just my real life experience. They had come from the East, and, you know, we're just gisting you. In my school, then the boys will come and call you. Boys were not allowed into the hostel, and you go. And they'll sit down. This girl's like, now what for you? So you go just allow boy go chop you. I not collect anything. You know, it was just like, there was something you had to get from it. And for me, that concept was not something I was aware of at all until I met them. And they will talk about how there are things that the person is meant to pay for and do for you. For me, and for many of the girls at that time when we were still, that was not what we understood as dating, you know. You were not, first of all, you cannot even ask for what you cannot afford, first of all. And then there's a certain look that you have for those that would ask for things, because what is then expected is when you ask for things, things will be asked of you. And you were, of course, that means you are willing to give that. And I've seen girls who would say, oh, someone asked you out, please let me take you down, you know, take you out. And the next thing, they maybe stop by, then they would deliberately tell the person to stop by a store and now go through the store and be picking stuff, you know. And at that time, it was like, this is the person that did that. These are the sort of people that did it. It was not widespread. But the truth is that right now, it has become mainstream.
Yes.
It's what everybody does. But I'm also thinking maybe it's a Lagos thing or being a city thing. You know, there's the way that, there's the way that people in the city behave. They have their own different priorities. The way that life happens in the city is different from, so maybe expectations are different.
I think I want past that.
No. Yes, because of social media, people are now aware of how life is done everywhere. But for me, I think I would like to raise my child, my daughter, to understand that dating is not about grab, you know. I used to be, you know, if someone would take me to a restaurant then, I remember I would not ask for much more than I had in my own
You must vex money now.
You know?
You must have vex money, the one that you just pay and go.
For me, I thought it was okay. But I remember people would call you foolish for being that way. People would say you're not smart. And the girls that had the phones and the cars and the things, let us also understand that it was not free like that. It was not just out of love. That there was something that they were expected to give.
So the girls were doing subtle prostitution. It was a city thing. And even in the suburbs, when girls started to tear, because I was saying to my mom, I said, if you say they tear eye for city, the people in the villages now, when I traveled home, the way they tear it lost. They did not tear it smart. They don't even understand what the loss they are suffering means. So, you know, of course, when you're dating a girl, you don't visit the girl empty-handed. So those days, my parents' kind of courtship, when my dad traveled home and went to ask for his wife's hand, he will come with something from the city. It could be anything. It could be food. Bread. It could be anything for the family, and the family will give her. And so city girls too will say, no, don't visit me. So the guy would constantly go to work and in his way pick up a gift and he will give her. Those were he's just not chopping you. But when the girls that wanted to tear eye, those ones that came, they thought they were being smart. So they would even be having premarital sex in exchange so that they can just show off to these girls, and they will be loud and loose and dirty about it, talk anyhow kind of thing.
So I even think the girls that are collecting...
before social media even came, it has spread to the suburbs.
I even think this is even outdated conversation. Because the girls of today they are empowered. They're the ones paying. It's about which... Because my younger brother is dating. I'm coming. There are levels.
Yes.
There's a level... There's this level girl where it's about what you can give me. Everybody's looking for it. But there's another level of girls. They got what they want. They don't need you. They are ready to pay you. They will pay you something. They will even give you money. They'll pay for the food. They'll pay for everything. They just want you to be their man.
Minority.
They are minority. Because those girls those sort of girls that have it want someone who can do better than they are doing. Oh, yeah. That's what I've seen. This is something I've heard. Yes. Yeah, so, see, I have my own car, I have my own house. So who are you with your tiny car?
That also affects relationships.
You know, so I've seen girls, that's what they want. They want someone who can even do much more. Yes, there are some of them who are in relationships. They're like, okay, I can afford everything for myself. What are you bringing that I cannot do for myself? So you have to be the one that brings even more. But I'm even talking about young girls especially.
Who are not working.
That,
who
yeah,
can
you're
earn.
not even working, you're just beginning to date. And you know, you mentioned
man,
that,
they are greedy.
and they're asking for these things
they're
that,
greedy.
you know, older women who are working and earning are getting. That's what they want, and they are expecting it of a young boy. You're in university with a young boy like you, getting allowance from his parents just like you, and you expect that when it's your birthday, he should drop you an iPhone or, you know.
You're dating me from Ade. Ade is calling from London. Good morning, Ade.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Please, Morale, I want to appeal to you to help us to do a program. I don't think they are doing this anymore now. What is happening now is hookup. We send children to university. What they are doing is hookup. So I want to see this issue of hookup so that parents can know and be aware of it. Nobody is dating anymore now. So this
Nobody is dating.
When you have our children,
We're not in a
and see them
relationship.
online, what they are posting, hookup. So parents discover that the daughter is going to university
That's
doing
what
hookup.
hookup means. So
What does that mean? Please, what does hookup mean?
I'll break it down.
Hookup. So,
We will discuss it.
Thank you, thank you.
We'll discuss
What
it.
is
But
hookup?
quickly, let me just break it down. Hookup is, you know, so I'm broke. Rather than find a job to quickly do something, I'll call a friend. So she has a date with someone and they need an extra girl. I go, I hook up and come back. Whatever process I take, that's
So
it.
what is it in
That's not
reality?
it, though.
That's
That's
not
Cheating.
it.
That's what
Okay,
hookup
what-
means.
what-
Hookup
Auntie,
is, for me,
that had
let me
definition.
do my own definition. My definition of hookup is we are not in a relationship,
Yeah.
but
Friends with
we're
benefits.
friends with benefits. That's hookup.
We're hooking up.
You know,
That's
like,
MAGA.
we're not, no, it's not
Papa,
MAGA.
you hook up,
MAGA
you
is
don't
not
need
money,
to
we're not talking
know.
about money. What he's saying is, you have a girl in school, your daughter is in school, he's not in a relationship,
Yes.
but he's hooking up with someone.
No, she's not
So-
sleeping in her hostel. She's not reading her book. Stop why I went to LASU. I
Okay.
schooled in
This guy is
Lagos.
talking about
social
Hookup
media.
is a-
2022.
Hookup is a
There
popular.
are different definitions.
Don't
Exactly.
flower
I don't know why-
it.
Your own
I'm not
definition
flowering
is
it.
No.
I'm saying that two
Onimini
different
Meji,
things.
actually.
No, Nima.
Ashewo
we cannot say
is-
that.
Okay. You are
Yeah,
hooking up.
it's
Your own is
prostituting.
different. Your own is different. It's
It's-
I don't know what
don't
hookup is.
flower it.
But either way.
Hookup. Ẹjọ́ kí ni hookup cameraman?
Okay, wait.
They say
We're
hookup is prostitution.
still
Did
on
you
live
hear
show.
Shegun Sam correct?
We're still on live show.
Why
There are
point
different
Back
definitions.
to because what I know is we're not in a relationship. We're not dating each other, but we are benefiting each other. Benefiting each other can be mutual, but
Ashewo ni
benefiting
hookup,
each other.
Tope.
All right. But previous topic that we're talking about, I think that a lot of young girls, it's about parenting. Why would you? We must give children a sense of self, so that they understand that the only thing I'm bringing to the table is not my body. And when you know that all I'm bringing to the table is not just my body, then you will be able to understand that I'm not expecting the only thing a man brings to the table is his money. Because we have a lot of greedy young people, lots of greedy young people, and we must deal with that issue. What Mariam said, I did not think in myself, because if I was thinking in myself, I would also want to live large. But my mom and my parents specifically scolded me that if you are going out with somebody and he's lavishing you with money, he wants something
back.
else. So do you want to give him that something else?
Girls today will
If
say,
you-
yes, hell
if you-
yeah.
I don't want to. So you don't want to do that.
Don't
Don't
collect.
collect.
'Cause
That
you
was
pay back.
very specific. It wasn't my idea. I was told. Then she also told me, if you are when you are going out with somebody, you must always have enough that if the person
Vex
says
money.
something that insults you, your vex
walk
money,
out.
stand up. So if I'm going to go to that Mr. Biggs, then that was what was raining. I knew that I can only buy meat pie. You want to take chicken, take rice. I say no. What I have in my pocket can only cover meat pie. So I'll take the meat pie and water, and I would ensure that I'm the one willing
Yeah.
to pay for it. I think it's important we go back to that stage where we help women understand that everything a man has, you can have it too. You have the same, you have brain. So
But you know
resources
something,
is not the thing.
When-
Relationships should
okay,
go back to
okay, there are
emotional.
different levels, because the way you are seeing this, I'm not seeing it that way.
It's for children.
I'm seeing this because I feel vexed that I didn't benefit from all this. I dated.
didn't either.
There's anybody that dated in this country. Me, I dated. I dated.
Let me remind you.
Let me finish. I dated, but I did not benefit from that dating.
Let me
It was just go to movie.
But let me tell you,
Wait, let me finish.
I'll
It
use
was
one
proper. I
example.
did dating. I didn't do the extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
I dated, but nothing. Nobody can tell me. Nobody can say, Mariah, I gave you something. Not one perfume.
You see yourself.
It was
So
so
you
bad.
didn't get,
It was so
wait,
bad.
can I just ask
Wait,
the
it was so
minimal
bad.
questions? Did you get a teddy bear? Did you
No,
get cake?
let me tell you something. The only thing I ever got, and I'm saying it on national TV, the only thing I ever got in my entire life, the only person that ever gave me a teddy bear, or the Valentine thing, was in secondary school, SS1. And I can mention the guy's name. He's the only one that ever gave me something for
Let me tell you what Ojukokoro almost did
So
for
what
you.
pushed me, and the reason I'm driving this somewhere, because I was that girl that never benefited from these nice gifts and opportunities, dating me, give me, pay for this. It was so bad that when I heard people talk about it so much, I felt really foolish.
Yeah,
That I am very, like, I must be a very dumb
And you tried
girl.
to
And
do
I
something.
tried. That's when I went to go to Abuja.
Yes, I
where
wanted to remind you.
I almost got in trouble. I went to go and...
So, because somebody was affecting your mentality, you
Yeah.
thought that until you get that thing, you never belong. You wanted to belong. It's okay where you were, but you did not see it that way until that thing almost killed you. So some people did not get lucky.
Yeah. So we need
Some
to
people-
address and help young
Yes.
girls who are feeling, who
That's
are
what I'm
Feeling
saying.
that
I was
way.
feeling
That's
that.
where I wanted us to go. Some girls who feeling that way. sitting
So there's
somewhere.
something that, you know, is when you are older and then you look at something.
Look back.
Yes. So there was a way that the girls who receive things would gist about it. I was just sitting there and he just said he likes me, and he just dropped. And you be like, which kind of powder do they... Even during our time, there was a powder that they used to sell so that you can attract goodwill. It was because of the way they said it. But now that we are older, we know that that could never have been
They are
how it
asking
worked.
for other
And then
things.
there are also a group of people. They are wealthy. They are dating their co-wealthy people. Dropping a bracelet, a very expensive bracelet, is not a big deal. It's something that they already do, you know. So those people will be able to give the gift according to, you know, what is normal for them, what they can afford. If you come from a family where people are unable, you know, what they could afford was to take you down the street to the, you know, like a Mr. Biggs or whatever. If that's what, you know, the sort of people you are dating, that's it. And some people also dated maybe people that were richer than them.
Yeah.
And the person will give you a wristwatch here, a bag there. But, you know, it was just a gift. And you could tell the difference. But what we have right now is a movement of we're dating, we're commercializing this dating. We're now dating because we are now expecting these things to be
We're not
dropped.
competing with each other based on what we're getting.
Yes. So if this person has not dropped this in the first month, has not dropped this in the second month, has not paid for this, has not paid for this, then he's not worth it. We're not dating people based on character. Do I like this person? Is he good? Is he kind? Is he...
Can I gist?
Yeah, can
And
we
some
gist?
marry
Does he
like
help
that.
me, you know, with my
Academics. If
academic
you're both in school.
mindset? You know, does he have goals and dreams that I have the
That was in
same
the
value?
past.
We don't have that. It's about the things that we can get. And so that's what this conversation is about. Really.
And Mariam, they marry.
What's the-
And you marry such a person and COVID-19 happened. And many marriages broke up because they
Yes.
just couldn't live with each other. Because they had to sit together in the house. And people were now strangers in the marriage because it was always a transactional
no.
relationship.
If your
So for me,
mentality-
it is, relationships shouldn't be transactional. We must empower ladies to understand that the fact that I'm not getting a gift from you does not mean that that's not what the relationship is about.
Right.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Let me take this call and come to Nima. Good morning, are you there? I think Ola.
Hello.
So sorry, we're keeping you for a while. Do apologize.
You guys keeping me waiting for almost like
Sorry.
1 hour.
Sorry,
There
that
you
means
go,
1 minute.
Faja.
Go ahead.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, you know about are you listening to me?
Yes,
Yes.
very
Are you
clearly.
hearing me? Okay, yes. You know, the hookup, as Nima said, and for my own definition as well, hookup is upgrading of positive. I will tell you, that is positive. Because you meet
too
someone
naive.
that you don't date him, someone that you don't even know, what do you meet him for? Is for money, to give your service. What's the service? You know the service. Then, secondly, you guys are discussing about the petrol in Nigeria. You know, that the problem in Nigeria, in Nima said, if you have someone, a brother or friend that owns a petrol station, and then there's many queue, too much queue, and you always go there to get a petrol. What's the point of queue up? That's Nigerian for you. Nigeria is who you know. If even though you are not qualified to work in an office, if you know the director in that office, he will put you there. That's Nigeria for you. Don't blame Nima for that. And that's the system in Nigeria. No. I've been here for over 30 years. The system works here, I'm telling you. Your deal, what you deal for, they will even knock your door to, you are entitled to this, come and take it. But in Nigeria, there's nothing like that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Alani Waju. Yes.
I'm sorry, I did not know what hookup meant.
Like,
And
you
everybody
to
has schooled me on social media.
Yes, we need to
That,
go to uni
that is
I didn't know
prostitution.
either,
I didn't know it was.
Don't worry, hook up.
I've heard hookup. I did not know that
Even the producers
that was
are
what they were
laughing.
going to go and
People
do.
should have
Me, I decided when we were growing hookup is we're going to hook up.
Yeah,
So I know we're going to hang out.
When two girls
Like,
are
I don't use
having
the word loosely anymore.
no, it's not
everything
an
that they-
innocent word anymore. If two young girls are having a conversation,
might be no.
we're going to have a hookup. They are not going to hang out.
Hey.
They're going for night deals. That's simple.
Nice.
They have so many. I'm even just letting the ones on substances. I'm trying to pick off and try to search. No, because
We are
You need to
raising
be aware.
children. Oh.
when I was growing up, my parents secluded. I grew up in a secluded, shelter. My auntie would say sheltered environment. I had to pick up every single thing as soon as I got to school. I picked up the Yoruba language in university. I didn't speak it as a secondary school student. I picked it up because it was a constant language. Before somebody would sell your head, just to have streetwise wisdom. But I wanted to build on what Tokwe was saying. Transactional relationships is what is existing today, and those were the ones that failed during COVID. Our people, let me not say like that. Okay, for me, who married not in that relation, COVID was the most beautiful time of my life.
Yeah, for me too.
Being with my husband, because the exchanges has never been about transactions, about the relationship. And the companionship, being together with that person. For the first time, there was no duty calling us separately. Our kids and all of us were in the same house. We were eating as a family. For the first time in our life, we had breakfast as a family, lunch as a family, dinner as a family. It didn't exist prior to COVID in my house. It's only dinner. And even the dinners, everybody is looking away. So some of us miss that, and that happened. But when transactional relationship is the basis of most things, it will be about what the person is getting. The person cannot even go out. You are just eyeing that person.
And that's why young men are even finding it difficult to settle down. Young women also who are successful are even having difficult to date because they don't know if you are coming to them because of
the money
they have. A young girl is afraid of dating now because she doesn't feel like, okay, I have a nice car. I have the good job. This man might be coming to me because he thinks I'm sorted. So it's now today's relationships are not based on trust. Nobody trusts anybody anymore. I'm just hoping that this guy that I'm dating is okay, or this girl I'm dating is not in for the money. We are all
And it's not just
having this.
and also men to have expectations. That's why there was a time a small child would take his fellow small girl out to go and eat and drink and say, after all I've done for her,
Yeah, she
and
cannot
scammed
even touch
me.
anything.
Yeah, she scammed me because he got her meat pie and a bottle of drink.
If the girl dates
So
a
the
guy,
expectation is now on both sides, which is if I give you something, I want
give me
something
something
back.
back.
We only have about 5 minutes left.
If the girl dates a guy and she didn't get anything back, and they actually had to say, body don't we, body. I don't want to say to
You chop my body.
You don't chop body go. She don't lost body. That's the
Let me
mentality.
take this final call. We have a few minutes there. I want us to talk to the young people who are in this situation whereby they feel the pressure. And I want us to address the young girls who are not able to have that confidence or to demand anything. They want to be just a good girl. It's like good girls are no more in vogue. Like you're feeling stupid for being a good girl. I'd like us to talk to those kind of girls. And then let me take this call first. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Mariah.
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Good morning, yeah. Mariah, what is really going on now is our young ladies now, they are so greedy. Greed that is causing the whole problem. I have a friend who is 52 years old, dating a lady of 20. The lady just graduated. She's a fresh graduate. Could you believe that this lady, once she graduated, started living with this guy? The guy cannot even, I'm not even sure this guy finished in primary school. Very good. The guy cannot even expect him. I began to wonder that, why is this guy? Are they just very beautiful? Why is this guy staying with this guy? But because of this guy has little money, he has a car, he's doing well, but this guy decided to come and be staying with a graduate, very beautiful, because the guy has money. I don't know what I can just say. Our young ladies now, they are so good. All they are after now is money. They don't even care about whether you have your degree or you have your PhD or you have your master. What they are after is just when you have the money, you want to give them money to.
Okay, this is an interesting point he's raising, because I was going to talk to the good girls again, but I think these young ladies, those ones who are very brazen, who leave school and don't care, and they're just about the money, the paper, I have my mother, my grandmother in the house, I have my younger sisters, I have people to raise, I have responsibilities. If this 62-year-old man is going to be my key, I'm going to date him, and it's none of your business. There are lots of girls in that situation. I think those are the girls that this conversation is about. It's not about love. Their relationship is not about, it's about the fact that it's transaction.
No, I think those people, they have signed. There's a
different
slang.
conversation.
I want to hear what is signed, what is law. Let's leave them alone. Let them continue. Let us protect the ones that they are confused and are concerned. Let's protect those ones that are still feeling like, I'm a good girl. I shouldn't have to sleep around for this, by telling them that, see, you don't need to sleep around for all the good things in life. You would enjoy every single good thing in life. It's not about the force to do it. 2020 Range Rover, 2019 Range Rover now, his own model. 1990 Range Rover, his own model.
Yeah.
You should build yourself so that you can enjoy. And then true love is generous. And I think we should realize this.
Yes.
True love is generous. If the man truly loves you, he will spend on you. Same way you should also spend on him. It shouldn't be a competition. It shouldn't be a transaction. It should just be love.
We got to wrap up. I think that's all. Final words, 2 seconds.
I don't have 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Okay, for the young girl who's thinking that's the way to go, maybe you would see some stories of those who went that route and where they are today. They come back and think and see in life that the real valuable things in life are not those things.
Yeah.
And the method that
We
they
never
went
see
through.
the
That's
after.
all we can take on today.